you forgive me? Do you forgive me for taking you to get poked? Are you mad? Do you hate me now? Do you hate me? Well, you're purring, so I guess not. Yeah, will you survive? You think you'll survive? Oh, that's a good girl. I'm currently in a vet's office, just waiting for them to bring Rosie back. She's getting a feline leukemia test, and assuming it comes back negative, she's going to get that vaccine. She's going to get the rabies vaccine, and update on her flea meds. I think they said she's good with everything else. I brought her in. I had made an appointment 2 weeks ago because she was yowling at night, and it was freaking me out because when I was a kid, we had this cat named Scooter who started yelling at night, and we found out that she had liver cancer. And so cat meowing at night makes me go, oh God, something's wrong, blah, blah, blah. But the doctor already looked at her. She said she looks really healthy, and she doesn't see anything for concern. So she said the yowling is probably just because we switched our office and the bedroom. She's probably like unhappy about the switch. And she actually recommended these things. She said I can get them online called Feliway, which is a diffuser. You plug it in like a Glade plug-in or whatever, and it puts out a pheromone that imitates the pheromone that mother cats nursing their babies do. And she said it helps the cat chill out. And she said try that, and maybe it'll help Rosie, recover from the trauma of having our bedroom moved upstairs. I mean, she knows the bedroom's up there, because if I bring her up there, sometimes she'll sleep up there. Although we don't like to leave the door open because we have a cat box also upstairs, because our other cat, Daphne, is very old and does not like to bother going all the way into the garage to go to the bathroom where the cat box isn't there. So she'll just piss on the floor upstairs. So it smells really bad, even though we clean it all the time. So we don't really leave that door open very much. But yeah, I wanted to bring her in anyway to get the vaccines updated, because she keeps getting outside because the kids leave the door open all the time. Although I put a door spring on it, and it's worked out pretty well since then. Although if the kids open it wide and let go, it goes bam, which makes me jump. But I'd rather that than have my cat come back or whatever. But yeah, it's a little bit triggering being here. The last time I was here, we had my very old orange cat Marmalade, and we brought him here to be put to sleep because he was almost 20 years old, and he was going to the bathroom everywhere, and he could barely walk, and he just seemed like he was in a lot of pain. And I did a video, I don't know, a few weeks ago. We're all good. We're all good, huh, baby? Yeah. Okay. Feline leukemia test came back negative, which I don't know, I was a little nervous about. As I was saying, being at the vet's office is always a little triggering for me because, Marmalade, like I said, when we put him down, and also when I was a teenager, I did feline, I fostered kittens, where I would get a litter of kittens when they first came in, and I was in charge of feeding them, and a lot of times they would have medication and just taking care of them until they were old enough to be adopted. So these were tended to be pretty tiny kittens, not bottle fed. I never had ones that young, but and it was good for the most part, but it was also traumatizing a little bit because every other litter there was usually at least one cat that died. My very first litter was 4 kittens that looked very different, even though they're the same litter. One of them was a chocolate Siamese, where they have the brown face, and it was a really sweet one, and it died of leukemia. There was another one that my dad called Bob for bag of bones, and it was this little tiny black and white kitten that was super sweet and would purr and everything like that, and it died on his chest. He was holding it, it died on his chest because we found out it had a hole in its heart. We had another kitten that didn't die, but it was an awkward situation because it had a golf ball sized piece of poop stuck in its butt, and I had to rub ointment on it, and it had like anal leakage, and I felt bad because this thing would try to cuddle, and I was just like, stay over there. Finally it passed the poop and we were all like, yay. But yeah, it had a prolapsed rectum, so basically its rectum would kind of like pop out, and they tried doing surgery a few times and it just kept popping out, which is, it's just something that happens sometimes. And, you know, it's always these really sweet little cats, and it's always like, I'm so sorry. And then there was one, I also did foster care inside of, there was like a little mini spot in a pet store where they had the foster animals, and I would go back there and I would, you know, keep the cats clean and socialize with them and stuff, so they weren't just like yowling the whole time. And there was a gray tabby that I named Puka for some reason, which is like a spirit, Celtic, you know, like elves, fairies, that kind of thing. And that one was really sweet, and we found out that one had leukemia as well. And they were like, would you like to adopt her for free and basically give her the best life that we can until she dies of leukemia? And my parents wouldn't let me. We already had cats, but at the same time, I don't think I could have done it anyway, because it's really hard for me when pets die, and I don't know. Yeah, so it's really sad when you know, you're taking care of an animal and it dies. But Rosie's good. Rosie's good as far as we know. That did the exam, said she looks great, she looks healthy. We'll try the pheromone thing and see if that helps her adjust to the office moving. And yeah, she's up on her vaccines, so if she does get outside again, hopefully she doesn't catch anything. But I'm really trying to keep her in. Like, I put this ring on the door, and I'm putting up chicken wire on the wall, on the fences, not only to keep her in, but also keep my kids in, because apparently my kids climbed over the back fence into the neighbor's yard, and the neighbors came over and threatened us with like a restraining order and everything. And it was like, dude, I didn't even know my kids went over there. And it's confusing me because I go out there like every 10 minutes and check on them. But yeah, anyway, that's the whole thing. So as far as we know, Rosie's good. My other cat, Daphne, is very old and pees everywhere, and we're taking care of her, but when she does eventually die, we're probably not going to be too sad about it. But anyway, yeah, I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, I'm going to go home. I'm going to try to distract myself from having all these bad memories of just cats that I've lost. Cats that I've lost. I haven't lost a dog yet, because the dogs I have now are the only dogs I've ever had. Oh wait, no. When I was a little kid, we got a dog, and I barely remember it, and it died as a puppy because it got parvo. And so we did not get another dog ever as a kid. So Fenris, who's 7 years old now, that I got as a like 6-month-old puppy right before I ended up pregnant with Link, and you know, Gaia, that we got 2 years ago, I think, are the only dogs I've had. But yeah. All right, I'm gonna go home and cuddle with my cat and try to make her not hate me, because she got some pokes. And yeah, appreciate your cats, appreciate your pets while you can, because they don't live as long as humans. And you know, give them the best life you can, and give them lots of love. And please keep your cats indoors. There's a lot of dangers out there. They kill local wildlife, they get into fights, they get infected, they do not live nearly as long. They go outside. Trust me, your cat is fine. I hear people that are like, oh my god, it's cruel to keep a cat indoors. They're fine. They do not need to be roaming out wild, okay? Just give them toys and give them affection. But yeah, anyway, alright, I'm gonna go home.